Offering to become a CYO coach, and I want to walk you through the process a little bit, and there are a few steps. And the first one is logging on to Virtus Online and registering as a coach, because it becomes an incredibly important step in the process of being certified as a CYO coach. So once you get to the virtusonline.org, that's virtusonline.org website, you're going to take a look at these green buttons down here, or teal colored buttons, and select first time registrant. Once there, you're going to begin your registration process by selecting this top arrow, and off you go. All right, now you have to select your organization, and it's important to recognize that the Oakland, California Diocese is the governing body of all CYO. So what you want to do is you want to scroll down here to the O's, and you're going to get to the Oakland, California Diocese. This is the governing body, no matter what parish you're with. That's the most important one to select in the beginning. So you will select this, and then you'll say, have you previously registered with Virtus Online for the Diocese of Oakland? And that answer is going to be no, since you're a new coach. Even if you have coached elsewhere, it's important to recognize that it's like entering a new position. Your things don't come with you. You have to enter it all anew. So what you're going to first need to do is create a user ID. And let's just go with, I'm going to go Eagles number 1. And that's going to be my user ID. And then I'm going to do create a password. That's going to be 8 characters long. It is case sensitive, and so it's important to be aware of that. And you're going to continue forward. Once you've done that, you have to fill out the rest of the stuff here, like your name and your address. All that becomes important. So for the purposes of this, my name is going to be Michael James. And I'm going to have to scroll down. You have to enter an email. So for the purposes of this, I'm just going to use my email at the diocese. Okay. And once I have that, I have to put in an address. And I'm just going to use my address at the diocese. I apologize here. It's slow here. And you enter all this important information. And then I'm going to have a number. You have to put a daytime phone number in there, a mobile phone preferably. So let's just say that this is going to be my mobile phone number, okay, for now. And your date of birth. I'm going to lie about my age. So there we go. All right. So now, as you go forward, I'm going to have you continue, but please don't lie about your age, because actually it's important when you do your background check. So as we continue going forward, you're now going to have to select your parish. So what parish do you belong to? So you want to, could be All Saints. I'm going to select my member parish, which is going to be St. Raymond's, but whatever program you're helping with, whether it's basketball or cross country or track and field or volleyball or sand volleyball. So for me, I'm just going to select St. Raymond's because that's my actual parish. And so as I scroll down and I look for my St. Raymond parish or school, I'm going to select St. Raymond parish. Now, this is incredibly important because a lot of times people will only select one of the buttons here. And you actually have to select 2 checkboxes. The first is volunteer. And if you don't scroll down, you won't see it. You're going to have to select CYO coach. Both of those must be selected, or we don't know what your volunteer role is. And that becomes incredibly important later. So once you've done that, you want to put the title of your position. So you can just put basketball coach or whatever if you're coaching more than one sport, you might be doing cross country, basketball, volleyball. Just put all those in there. Or you can simply put coach. That's good enough as well. Coach works perfectly fine. And once you've done that, you want to hit continue. All right, now you have chosen the following location. Are there other locations? Are you working with another parish? If you want, you can also enter those. But for this purposes of this, I'm going to select no. And now you're asked 2 questions. Do you interact with, work with, or come in contact with minors with this diocese? The answer is yes. So you're going to be working with kids, so that's the one you have to select. Do you interact with or work with or come in contact with vulnerable adults or elderly over the age of 60 of this diocese? And that answer is no, unless, of course, you're working with elderly populations in the diocese. So that you're going to move forward and hit continue, and then you're going to reach the code of conduct portion. This is important because the code of conduct is really your responsibilities and expectations as a coach. So once you've read through all of this, it's important and critical that you select that you've read and understand the Catholic Diocese of Oakland's Code of Conduct. select that and continue forward, or it won't actually show up on your Virtus, and that becomes a problem later. Okay, once you're here, have you already attended a Virtus session? Obviously not. So you're going to select no. And once there's all these possible choices. The only one you need to worry about is protecting God's children for adults. And this is the online training program. So you select that, hit OK, and now you're going to see that your profile has been set up, okay? And you're going to go look at this pink area, which means you have something that's outstanding. You have an online module that you need to complete in your training sessions. So you're going to select that module, and then once that happens, you're going to select Protecting God's Children Online Awareness Session. And this session takes about an hour and 20 minutes. It's really important, and nothing can go forward without completing this. So once you go through here, you can also begin the fast forward process, not during the actual module itself, but just to get started. So I've read the first 2 paragraphs or 3 paragraphs here, and I'm ready to roll. So once that happens, there it is. Your module for Protecting God's Children is up. You're ready to go. Thank you for becoming a CYO coach, and we appreciate all you're doing to help the children and the families of the Oakland Diocese.